Talk about they clone Tyrone
about to
since we
say.
on movies.
Yeah.
They clone Tyrone. Okay, I want to hear. Yeah, girl, break down how this.
So you watched it
Yeah, so
on the theaters?
nah,
It's Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was it in theaters though for a
Nah,
second? No,
it was like
Oh.
for a half second. Like,
Did you see? You didn't
I
see it
didn't
in
see it in
theaters?
theaters. I missed it. I don't think it was anywhere out here.
Yeah.
Really. I saw it was screened some places, but yeah, technically it dropped on Netflix the same day that Oppenheimer and Barbie dropped. Actually, they all came out the same day.
Yeah,
But yeah, go ahead.
It's,
So yeah, I'm just curious what you thought of it.
good movie. Good. My short description: good movie with a couple corny type of couple eye roll corny moments in it. Like definitely, bruh, cause like
So curious.
just like
specifically
had
which moments.
the
Performed
plot.
by Jamie?
Nah, not about that shit. Jamie, the acting really saved. The acting saved it. If it would have been a lot more, I feel like I would have seen the movie a lot more corny if it wasn't for the acting by Jamie and
Tiana Paris.
Tiana Paris.
How would you know Tiana Paris? She plays Photon, or she's in the Marvels. That movie coming up. She's in stuff. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
my fault.
Nah, you
Nah,
good.
you good.
But and boy, it was cool too. But it was. I feel like they could have did shit. They didn't have to. Like, you know, there's the cornies they kind of use. I'm trying not to spoil it because
Yeah.
Emmanuel hasn't seen it, but just the whole fried chicken, grape
Yeah,
drinking,
yeah.
cocaine, just the
Yeah.
coke.
It's
Like, I feel like the movie plot still work without putting that in our face. It's like, okay, like we get what you got. We already get what you guys are doing. Like, you didn't really have to add. You didn't. That shit really didn't have to be a part of the movie. I feel like it just kind of made it. I don't know. It kind of just it's just kind of corny, bro.
Were they
Just
trying to
like-
do like that Django type of vibe by just like saying the N word a whole bunch of times,
Nah.
but did it in like a different type of way?
Nah,
It
that's
just
the
didn't
thing.
work.
It captures the vibe. I think that's part of what makes the scenes you're talking about so weird. Is that it captures just the vibe, even though it's surreal.
Yeah.
The vibe when it is just normal and niggas talking and niggas
Yeah.
chilling, it's fine. It's when they do that surreal shit like you're talking about with the very specific
like
vices of black people. I guess.
Wait, who
Like,
was doing? Like, was it the black people doing it, or was it the white people?
How
that's
much
the part,
do you
that's
want
the
me
part
to
of the
tell
movie
you?
that's
Like,
corny for me is who's actually behind it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
the shit
all
was
right.
yeah, that's what disappointed me because is who was actually
Yeah.
who was actually behind it. It was like, all right, bro, you're gonna. It's not. That's not even what you're gonna be thinking. You're gonna catch on pretty quick. So it's like like just the idea of the man, pretty much, which is okay, which is fine, but it's also like to put that. I feel like they just added just the fried chicken, the hair grease, the drug. I was like, okay, we didn't really need that to get. We didn't really need that to be in our faces, really. Just what the point of what the movie was.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and then
It's
just
not
at the end, kind of seeing who was really running it. Like it was
That was
kind of a letdown, but overall, I say like I give it a 7. I give it a 7 out of 10, 6.57 out of 10. What else? I also didn't like. That's the shit. It's just like even after. I feel like they could have. I can't tell the creator how to make the movie, but just like, bro, like black people are able to be serious too, and like just like after they did the shit, like okay, it's all cool when they overthrew the shit, took over and shit, but like after they let all the clones out, and it's just like the end at the news scene, it's like all the niggas are just kind of like, I feel like
It feels like the Chappelle when the niggas get the
money.
reparations.
Yeah, it was. Maybe that's why. That's what made me mad because it was like I'm not mad at them for doing it because it was like nah, Chappelle did. That's exactly what I thought. Chappelle did this shit. Like it's hilarious, but it was like seeing that just I don't know. I
Comes
guess
off
just
a very serious. Just
Yeah,
the
I
way
think
the
I know
shit
what
ends
you
with the
mean.
person that's behind the shit is just like it ends in such a serious it's a big tonal shift, I guess. But no. I'm with you. I wonder how much of it. So the nigga that made it, Jewel Taylor, I think is the name. He comes from the Coogler kind of realm. Like so I think he wrote on Space Jam 2 and like Creed and Black. Like he's been helping out with all that stuff that Coogler's been doing for that stretch of time. This is the first time he made a movie. But I wonder, kind of to what you're saying, I wonder how much of it is just the kind of getting the reps in. Because I feel like the thing you're describing, I don't feel like either you just don't do it.
yeah.
Or if you do it, it has to be. You've seen Sorry to Bother You?
Yep.
Yeah, it needs to be like I feel like I needed Boots. I need somebody like a Boots Riley who could do the absurd and like because he does the absurd shit in that way too. But I feel like it feels like not that it even feels more authentic because that's not what you're looking for. But the way it feels kind of hokey or corny, I guess, is like on. I don't know. It's hard to even describe. I guess it feels like closer to old 70s, 80s blaxploitation shit. Where like kind of even what Undercover Brother does, like what Undercover Brother does when it's doing it well versus what Undercover Brother does when it's a little like, you know what I mean? It almost kind of feels like the difference sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, overall, man, like I said, just off performances, man.
Good, off performance. I'll say it's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. Just off Jamie Foxx playing a pimp alone, bro. It's worth watching. That nigga's hilarious.
And just surreal, kind of little. It's just got a little bit of I want to say cyber. What's that? It's like Afrofuturist. Like it's got he's got a little bit of Afrofuturism to his character. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's like him and Tiana that are really really cool. Tiana. Yeah, really interesting.
It looks like a. Yeah, just like a fun vibe.
Can you tell the nigga? So you know how they have all the different scenes, like we were saying. But so the church one, that's fucking.
Who was
that's
playing?
David Allen.
That was David Allen. I knew it was. I was like, bro, why? I was like, this is what's it called? This nigga is playing the role from Martin. Oh,
so yeah, I fucked with it. I'm an easier grader. I feel like I was off on a high. It was just a good day, good week for movies. I think I gave it like a 9, but I don't give a lot of shit less than an 8 if I fuck with it. Yeah. But yeah, man. It's a good one. Jamie's I always fuck with Jamie. Jamie's really good in this shit. I feel like you gotta see it for anything. Yeah. See it for Jamie. Because it's like Jamie, everything Jamie's in, he gets to display how good of an actor he is, but I feel like I can't think of the last thing that was black led, black directed, where he kind of got to be probably closer to what he got to be in the 90s, I guess. Like kind of when I guess Jamie, he's kind of pulling a persona you could probably feel like came from the show. In the same way Martin used to pull personas from like whatever, like when he did his movies, you could feel Jamie kind of getting a chance to do that in this space in a way I haven't felt like. He's always good in those shit that white people put him in, but it's cool to see him got to tap into that a little more. Definitely. But yeah, check it out. It's Netflix. You got Netflix. You should watch it. Yeah. It's worth checking out. I'm excited to see, like I said, just the nigga who made it, that's his first movie. So even if we're saying like there's some rough edges, I guess, around it, some parts that maybe weren't great, like for the most part, really enjoyed watching it. And I'm excited to see what they do going forward. Yeah. Honestly, what comes next for them.
Did you ever watch The Harder They? You watched The Harder They Fall, right? Oh. That's the black cowboy one with Lakeith in it. Bruh, The Harder They Fall is probably the best just black film. Like that's I feel like The Harder They Fall leans more towards like what we were talking about before the podcast, just like a black movie without like trying to have like a message and shit. It was like, bruh, that movie's still amazing. I'm still I'm trying to wait still a little longer to rewatch it.
Yeah, I ain't seen this yet.
Yeah, bro, that's one of my favorite movies. Like in the last, I don't know how much years, bro.
This me screenshotting it.
No, I'm gonna watch it. No, straight up, that shit. I think that's Netflix too.
Yeah, that's on. It's still on there.
Yeah, which is dope. No, that one almost has the opposite of this one too, where I feel like the end takes it to another level for me with that movie. The way like the last kind of bit or the last scene of that, how that one goes, takes it to another level. But yeah, everybody's so fucking good in that one. That's a nigga who's just a nigga just makes music. The nigga who made the movie, he was pretty much a nigga that just made music for a long time. Got some shit with Jay Electronica, got some shit with Mos Def. Like he had a whole Western short with a whole album he put together called They Die by Dawn a long ass time ago with like a 3 or 4 minute thing with like I think Denzel and a couple other people like that in it. And then he did another version of this movie, like a shorter version of this movie, where Erykah Badu was Stagecoach Mary instead. And then finally got this one off the ground in theaters. But he got a lot of interesting shit. Yeah. He's remember the Running High shit I showed you back in the day? The singing, Jay Electronica rapping over. Yeah. That's the guy who made Harder Fall. He made that.
Oh shit.
The Bullets. I was blanking on the name. The Bullets.
Bro, y'all know so much black films, bro.
I feel like I have so much.
Hell no,
gaps.
Bro. You probably know all the black films that I know, bro.
So much black films than I have. I promise.
Y'all just know black actors and black actresses.
You know he's seen that.
Nigga,
so many.
I can't.
All of them, like Menace to Society, anything from the 90s, I haven't
Boys
seen.
In the Hood.
I finally saw that one, but yeah.
Yeah, Mikey ain't watched that. Mikey ain't even seen Menace to Society yet.
I've only seen the first Friday.
All the Fridays. You you seen all of these.
Yeah,
I'm telling
you've seen a lot of shit. I'm trying to think. There's more of them.
But bro. I see these, bro. But not the serious black movies, bro. Not the ones that's not violent. like just them normal.
There ain't which
Bruh.
It's the same. I
which
mean,
ones are there though? Or what? Or now the harder they fall is,
Bruh,
bro.
see what I'm talking about?
That's
Like,
shit. The
those
harder,
kind of
no, the
films,
harder they
bruh.
fall is like that's why I think the harder they fall is so good because it's literally like a one. Like, bro, that shit's a rare gem. Like we don't that shit. We don't even get movies like that. Like that's what I feel like is. Cause I'm trying to think, bro. Damn, I feel like every black movie I've seen, you for sure seen too.
that's the thing. I feel like there's so much essential black cinema that I like.
Cause
Just
there's so
that
much I
from
don't watch
from
no more either.
late '80s to like 2000, I just haven't checked. That's like this is really fucked up for me to even not check this out because it's so important type shit.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, I used
I
to-
feel like the new ones, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of them try to have an agenda. Now I feel like the last one, I feel like I was done with just the. What's that movie called? Detroit. That was the that was
tough.
that
man.
was the last one. That was like my last straw, bro. I was like, okay, I see
That's
where.
another John Boyega one. Full
Yeah, I
circle.
feel like I seen that shit coming. I was like, oh,
That's one of the worst movies I've ever. Like that was one of the worst kind of experience. Not like. Okay, that's probably going too far. We're just like, oh no, this movie like from it took like 5 minutes in. It's like, wait, is this suck? Is this like really bad? And then you just sit there for the next hour and it's like, this shit's fucking.
it was like,
all-
yeah, you
this
were
is
like,
so
I know
bad.
they're not about to do this. I was like, and then they really do it, and it's like, it happens pretty fast when you realize, and it's just like, no, like, the fuck am I watching, bro? Like,
That was the start of me. Like I always got. I think that was the first time in my life where it's like, oh, I have to really.
Yep.
I can't just watch a movie. If a movie is with black people and it is a white person making it, I really gotta like do some research on this person to see if this is actually worth me watching.
Yep,
Because it's just like that's a white woman making a movie about some shit she should not. And
Yeah.
it was wild,
Bro,
man.
that shit was terrible. Nigga, I fell asleep on that shit a couple times. I ain't gonna lie, but nigga, I woke up at a park. That shit, I already knew it was going off the rails, bro. So I was like, you know what? I was like, nigga, I'm not about to fight my sleep, bro. Woke up, bro. And then this nigga John Boyega's on the ground, bro, and it's a white, bro. The movie's about like something to do with like police. I thought it was like about police brutality and shit, like some shit like or to that nature. This nigga John Boyega is like on the ground, bro, and a white cop comes up to him with his, he's like, come here, brother. Like he's like, let me help you, brother. Like I was like, oh no. Fell asleep again, woke up, them niggas was in church. I was like, oh no, bro, this shit.
I low key like it took me a while to turn around on Jonathan Boyega as a actor just because of how bad his character is and that because it's the reason it's confusing. Like no, that nigga. I think I was trying to give him the credit at least saying like he's a cop like who's trying to be on the side because that's not the cops that come in. I think it's the state troopers who come in that are dealing with everybody, but. I think this nigga is just a security guard who's helping the fucking state like troopers like with the shit type thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, no, the nigga like, yeah, it's
It was terrible.